interesting attack replays floating around at the moment, I think, is an attack from the Chinese powerhouse war clan Feng Tian on Duel from In the Dark. What's interesting here is this is a raid on a base that probably was widely thought to be not 3-starable, and even more interesting, it wasn't using the common attack these days, Golem, Lava Loon, or even the Hogs to 3-star. It was used a full Golem attack, sort of full Golem, effectively go we weep, to actually 3-star the base. So what I want to do here is, look, probably those who follow a lot of YouTube have probably seen this attack in various places, but what I want to do here is actually analyze the attack and probably just as importantly, look at, well, why did this attack work and what are the implications for base design to actually avoid having this attack 3-star your base. So let's have a look at firstly the attack. So I'll just sort of kick it off. So the attack started, so Wall Breaker's in here, then he does a Golem lure with nothing behind it, sort of fairly expensive lure, but with Scented Clan Castle, it often requires a scented lure. Drop some barbs, drop some Wall Breakers, drop some barbs, drop some Wall Breakers, just to open up 3 points of attack. Then it does the typical lure to the corner, and he some barbs, drops a 223 CC to kill the CC. So all very standard up to that point, apart from a pretty expensive lure. But here the reason why it's done an expensive lure is look at the amount of air defense on that part of the base to actually get stuff out. You've got an AD, 3 arch towers, and the Inferno. An air lure would be like crazy, so that's why he's gone for, like I suspect, a lava lure with also the bow there, and even the Queen. A lava lure probably wouldn't work, so that's why he's gone for the Golem lure. He's sort of been forced into it by a pretty good base. So then, done the standard sort of CC kill, or the older style CC kill, and then dropped 1, 2, 3 Golems, and dropped a ton of Wiz behind. So all very standard at this point. 3-point attack, drops 2 Pickers and the King and Queen. So the Golem, a lot of these bases are set for anti-hog, so the Golem, after destroying the cannon, will route between these things and set off one of the big bombs. So firstly, we're just looking at the attack, not why it actually worked. Now you'll see here the first part of the attack structure is he set up a jump. Now the jump, you'll see that he's using the jump spills to open up the base heavily. You see that a lot of these bases with really compressed pockets in the middle, lots and lots of pockets, with the idea is you can use some wall breakers and but it's hard work getting percentage in the middle of the base, which is often where the dominant part of the attack is. So you can often find these bases struggle to 2-star, but certainly that makes them much harder to 3-star because you've got so much wall to break in the center of the base where usually you're under pretty heavy attack. So what he does is, because the base has got small pockets, drops a jump which opens up 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets, as well as the pocket it is coming from, to actually open up the base. Now what that does is he rages into the Inferno, drops the jump. That means he's actually getting to this first Inferno really, really quickly. In terms of, so his troops don't suffer much damage in this early bit of the attack. So I think that's one part of the technique. So he drops a freeze, and so he's killed the Inferno and the Telsa and then the bow really quickly without, and he's still got Peckers, 2 Peckers and the King tearing through the middle of the base. Now the trick with this attack is by dropping the jump there, you've got walls this side, walls this side. What's going to happen is his main attack is going to pass straight through to the second Inferno. So what he does is he drops the second rage here, so the attack will go as quickly as possible through the second Inferno, because by using 2 jumps he hasn't got another freeze, so he needs to make sure they pass through very quickly. Now this, I think, is the key to this attack working. The key is you get your heroes and Peckers in with relatively low damage to the first Inferno, and having jumped, you've got a structure where they can really quickly pass through the second Inferno with a rage. So they'll knock out, the two Peckers will knock out the Clan Castle, the bow, and the Clan Castle and the bow. We probably won't even hit the bow, the Clan Castle and the Town Hall, sorry, and go straight through to the other Inferno really quickly. So that way, this Inferno doesn't deliver too much damage before on the main wave of attack. So you'll see it rages through the middle of the base, two Peckers and the King. They'll go through the Town Hall quickly and they go straight through the second Inferno. And so you can see how quickly the attack has taken out two Infernos by raging in, jump, rage through, and straight through. And because of the wall layout, they pass straight through and take out most of the defence really quickly. Now that's, I think, the key to the attack. And when I talk about how to defend this type of attack, that's the bit of the attack I'm going to focus on. So they then use a second jump again to open up the base, lots of close pockets. So this jump opens this pocket, this pocket, this pocket, this pocket, and possibly even that pocket. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets. And again, that's one of the other weaknesses of this type of base is a jump will open lots and lots of pockets and open up the base. So you can see the King gets through, and he'll use the King ability very late to prolong the attack. And you may well have all seen this replay, so I'll just run through it and you can see how it goes. There's some other things to notice in it when you watch the replay again. Is you'll notice he drops some wall breakers here and here as he's trying to open up the base just to keep the golems and wizards putting through. And the wizards, because they focus on the side attacks as well as the sort of pockets, they tend to hang back a bit so the golems set off all the bombs. So the question is, how do you stop this kind of attack? Well, the reason this attack works is because you can get from this Inferno to this Inferno really quickly. And the reason you can do that is because if you put a jump here, basically the main attack, the King and the two Peckers, will jump through here, clear out here, and then jump straight through to the other Inferno. So the way to defend this type of attack is just like you do with air defense to Inferno to air defense. You need to make it so in that sort of scenario you need to make it so the air won't easily pass between those three. In this scenario, you need to make sure that the ground troops won't just easily pass from one Inferno through to the other Inferno. So this base could be quite simply modified by just moving the Clan Castle over one space and moving this wall across here through here. And then this original jump would not have taken the main attack over this internal wall, and you'd actually have a wall in the middle, which would slow down the path to the Inferno. They've got to jump another jump here, wouldn't open up the entire base. So the trick is you need to make sure that in terms of your wall structure, you can't just place one jump, and therefore by using one jump from one Inferno to the other Inferno. If you place your walls either in the middle, or you just need to look at your wall pattern, that one jump can't actually create the instant path across the base. That's how to defend this type of attack. And so that's, I think, the main lesson from that type of attack. It's a brilliant attack, and that's going to offer a lot more bases up to potential 3 stars, because I think a lot of bases carry that type of weakness at the moment.